And now it's Kern pushing it up the floor.
Those numbers sound pretty similar to mine.
And he's got another. This time he hits it from the opposite corner.
Work the defense, reverse the ball back and forth, get to those ghost screens that they love so much, and get back to their wide open jump shots that's been working well for them in the first half.
And that is swatted away by Kern Jr. inside. Got the stop.
5 or less turnovers in this second half. I think they'll walk away with this one very easily.
Look at this rejection inside. Who will go to the locker room with the lead. Hicks up and under inside. No, Wahab tips it into the air, kept it alive. Sinclair brings it down. Whitney Sidney on the run out, rejected. Kern flying up, gets another swat.
Excellent defense by MoMA on the other end, but an even better block by Kern. Going to attack the ball up at the glass, meeting anybody who can at the rim. He can at the rim. That against anybody that they're playing against. You know, that's giving the team other extra possessions that Penn State can't score. They have to try to get a shot on every possession down the court.
And here the steal by Kern. Kern driving to the basket.
Rebound for Raquandis Mitchell. Clary the pass, the dunk for Nick Kern.
Whoa. Kanye Clary slicing into the lane. Coming in, here you go, hello, hey, hi, how you doing? I'm gonna go dunk on you and go back and get back on defense. Great play by Nick Kern Jr.
After that first turnover, seem to be getting quality looks at the bucket.
There are 8 seniors or grad students on this Eagles roster. So again, some experience. Dish and the flush there for Kern. In here early on, trying to stay perfect at home. Wahab allowing Kern to flush it home here.
Qudus Wahab at 6'11", wearing number 22 for the Nittany Lions. One of the better names in college basketball these days. From the corner, and that one is going to be knocked down by Zach Hick. Baldwin gives it up here for Kern. He wants to take it strong for the dunk. What a quick step. And he got up in a heartbeat.
Starting to make an impact on this game in the second half. He wears number 3 like Brad Bill, who both rep.
Kern trying to baseline. Here's Baldwin open. Yes, it'll go.
Nice find from Ace Baldwin.
Very quietly, the Aggies are getting a strong game. That one's going to be knocked away by Solomon Washington. Been crashing the glass. Here's Johnson. Got it. Kern spins it in and draws the foul. Nick Kern attacking.
And not just one flex, but 2 flexes, Obi. Nick Kern gets to the basket, and he finishes through the contact, and is so strong. Both these guys are adept at taking the basketball away. Steals leaders in their respective conferences for much of their career.
Telford throws it away, picked up by Kern ahead of the field. He'll slam it.
Turnbull didn't have much of an impact in yesterday's game. However, got off to a very good start for him in this one. A young man who can definitely knock down the 3-ball.
Is that ever nifty by Nick Kern? Baseline reverse and a sweet shot again by Nick Kern.
Nick Kern has been great attacking the basket.
Here's Kern in transition. A slice to the paint and lay it in. And a timeout, Penn State.
Baldwin came off the bench today. Slight tweak for the Nittany Lions. Clary, nice feed to Kern. Whips it to the corner. 3-point try. One goes down for Penn State as Hicks hits from the corner.
Right now, Bucknell needs to worry about playing without fouling and not giving up any threes.
Potential and one opportunity it will be. Coming up here for Kern. A quick and one. If he can hit this free throw, that's just what he needed for Penn State.
Drove it into the lane hard. That's what I was talking about. Playing strong with the ball, being able to get it up, put it on the rim, and give the ball a chance to go in.
There you go. Holiday season, right? Getting it in. Oh, nice double. Oh, good find by Julian Reese.
Oh, nice challenge by Nick Kern, but staying with it. Jordan Geronimo with the deuce.
Look at this. Watch this. Julian Reese, excellent vision. Geronimo thinks he's open. Kern, a great challenge, but Geronimo gets it back. That's why you're seeing Penn State put their head down and get into the paint area.
There's a paint touch. There's 2 points.
I tell you what, Nick Kern with the sweet pocket feed.
But that's not an easy thing to do, is it?
No, because things are moving at breakneck speed for him. They're not slowed down yet.
Oh my goodness, the lob from Baldwin to Kern.
The other side of the basket along the baseline, and it was perfect. Nick Kern Jr. going upstairs with a highlight reel slam.
Three-point shooting team in the Big Ten. They've only been better than even the norm tonight. Punch down, Penn State has the steal. DeMarco Dunn trying to get to the basket, scores, plus the foul.
One way to counter.
Dunn. Kern bodies everywhere. Kern, oh, count it, and one. Skying to the rim.
Have a defender go down. Monty Sissoko trying to take a charge here. It's the right play to let them play on, and Nick Kern just all the way to the rim. It's a big. They have just given points away to Michigan State, and if you're gonna let the Spartans get out and run in the open floor, especially with turnovers, it's going to be a long night.
Oh, Boyle to the bucket.
Great slip right there. Half-court offensive possession for Penn State here, and just a great slip by Leo O'Boyle. That's feeling.
Holloway gets it to Holloway with a season-high 22, looking for more. Oh, he was looking for the yam and had to reject it. Kern gets upstairs, running the floor, hop step, and finish on both ends of the floor.
This is the play where that's just a little uncomfortable.
Been busting his tail trying to get on the court.
Baldwin on the feed from Kern. And Ace Baldwin has been an ace. Kern sheds Kamwa, draws contact, plus the foul on the basket for Nick Kern.
You know, that time, it looked as though Penn State was trying to find the matchup they wanted, and Nick Kern put about 3 moves into that one drive. Dribble, jab, come back, go straight.
Nick Kern also off the bench. He started the first handful of games this year. The transfer from VCU into the corner, done right on cue, and that jump shot looked pretty.
Yes, it did. And
one left to get the ball over.
you see Nick Kern really kind of froze Nicholson, and then, like I said, I was talking to him earlier in the game, they want to get more plays from Martinelli because he's so efficient. Herky-jerky in his approach.
Nice feed!
Oh, man, Nick Kern cutting back door, boo-boo, he falls asleep. And Nick Kern gets up like he did back in St. Louis when he was in high school.
In the shot clock. Batted out of there like a pinball. He put it up and hit it, Nick Kern!
Sells into a nice rhythm.
And some bounces going their way. They've shared the basketball well. And back at home, Penn State has an 8-point advantage to the break.
One of the better point guards in this league, one of the more improved guys, and that's just a Hail Mary, and there he is right on cue.
And now Kern hits the layup and draws the foul.
That's a good 40-foot pass, and when you're making passes that long against Penn State pressure, you are asking for trouble. This is like a 50-50 ball for a receiver and a DB, and he goes up over. I think he really fits alongside Zach Edey, complements him with that ability to shoot. You need space, and Mason Gillis can provide that.
There's Kern hitting inside.
I don't think people understand just how good he is. There he is again.
Second straight basket down low now, 9 points for him.
There it is again. I mean, 3 straight cuts by Nick Kern, where Purdue has just fallen asleep, and he's cut back door and gotten 3 straight layups.
So that ties his career high with 11. Lilly inside, gets this man in the air and lays it in.
Nice cut by Demetrius Lilly.
How difficult that has been for him, but he has really shined brightly here. And a blocking foul is called as Kern hits.
Well, they're working the clock. Wisconsin in the half court on defense. And that counts plus the foul.
Go ahead,
Nick
flex
Kern
on him.
snaps the 7-0 run.
Go ahead, flex on him. Nick Kern took the contact, playing physical. They're playing physical on their end. He said, you know what, I'm going to come back.
That timeout. Wall has the defense, helping out Blackwell on the drive from Baldwin. And there's the steal for Kern. He'll keep it himself.
Nick Kern, Robin Tyler Wall said, yeah, let me take this. I'm going to go put this in. I'm going to dunk it with emphasis. You know,
I knew this guy had offensive game, but he was really deferring too much. But now he's being aggressive.
Kern underneath, left-handed, a chance for one more. Right to Roddy Gale. Kern will go to the line.
This is Penn State's diamond press. Look for them to trap right at about half court if they can get the ball where they need it to be.
How many different types of presses are there? Oh, it works right away for Kern. He's got a steal down the lane.
Throw three or four different looks at you. But you see right here, I mentioned they were going to force the trap there at half court. They didn't need to. Nick Kern was State, if you can touch him from the pass, that's not a good pass, and you're not spaced properly. Willie did a good job of spacing off the baseline.
More great passes from Penn State.
Kern got the bump, tough pass. Literally with the find, but unlike Wahab, he made the quick decision to go up.
You mentioned points have been very difficult to come by for Penn State, but here, nice job by Lilly.
15-9, Rutgers lead on Penn State. Scarlet Knights jumped out to a 6-0 lead, 2.5 minutes in. Been tough to come by for both teams. DeMarco done, and Penn State finally has hit a triple.
Foul shooting has been a problem for Rutgers all year, last in the conference in that area, right around 66%.
Wahab on the inside. That was a tough grab on the bounce pass from Kern.
Baldwin and his teammates have taken advantage. Here, a nice job of interior passing. Wahab catches it, goes right into it. Some easy baskets starting to...
Had a 2-point lead. Threw it up out of the inbounds. Kern, tough shot! And Penn State has its largest lead of the ball game.
Just trying to learn the game at this level.
Oh, great dump off. Brown finds Kern with a two-hand jam.
Wow, man. And with plays like this, Nick Kern getting the drop-off.
And so the door still slightly ajar here for Penn State. Backdoor Kern throws down the dunk.
I mean, what a pass, and how many times today have we seen Nick Kern back cut?
Defense and look for some easy opportunities because they've been tough to come by in the half court. Nice drive.
They can do it. There it is, getting downhill. Kern's explosion. He's so athletic. Walker's so good defensively. Got out there quickly on him. 4 on the shot clock. We'll have to get something off. I don't know how Kern got that off, but he did. And it's an 8-point game. But you don't just get to go there. And the guys knew that going into Illinois. Tonight they've carried that mindset over here in State College. A nice bounce pass and a dunk by Kern.
Folks, look at this here. All of a sudden, Malik Hall hit on the swivel right, creates a blind spot. Kern just went back door, and what a beautiful pass underneath by Ace Baldwin, and Kern does it.
Would go away from their big lineup, get a little bit more ball handling out there, but sticking with it. Mast playing with the big Alec. Oh, and that is stuck for a jump ball. Nick Kern at the apex.
The heck of a recovery from Nick Kern Jr. Got quick. Nick Kern's able to recover and get to the...
Fans are going to love watching him in March Madness, aren't they?
Yes, he could be one of those NCAA tournament heroes.
There's Kern. Oh, nice take. Nick Kern to the rim for Penn State.
Bruce Weber, 2000 to 2007, but different coaches there. Good drive by Kern and the kick out to Dunn. An open three, and he hits.
Well, that's good action by Penn State. Well, Brad Underwood is having some spirited discussions with his veteran.
It was great inbounds to Kern. Well, they did grant it, and again, different acoustics. What an inbounds play! They have scored 3 buckets.
Vying for the Big Ten Conference title and playing like it.
Kern got ball and the finish. And so Nick Kern stays aggressive. He'll be at the line. He picks up number 3 on Quincy Guerrier.
If I'm the Illini, Kern's got the ball, I'm helping.
He did. He scores anyway, and that's a new career high.
Versus the turnover numbers for Iowa. Harding will take it himself. No, Freeman's try won't go, and Puff Johnson quickly ahead to Brown. Brown with the swipe up to the rim and 2 on the board.
Good job by Freeman of beating Wahab to the spot there on the block.
Here's Kern driving inside against Sanford, and he got the roll.
And a really smart play by Wahab, okay? Because he sees the dribble coming at him. So many times you'll see the post player stand there, keeping his help with him. But when he saw that advanced the NCAA tournament a year ago, and they had to put it together in short order.
Kern,
nice pass.
Finds Wahab down low.
Trying to draw that fourth foul on Penn. It's a double team, and now Penn State says, you know what? We can dunk too.
The best way to guard Wahab is Payne let him get it too deep. Now you see Parker Fox fronting him, not let it be easy catch.
Great take there from Nick Kern Jr. Right now, 8th and 9th. Kern scores off the glass. No timeouts left for Penn State. Final seconds. And that'll count. And the game is over. And Minnesota down 23 in the first half. Rallies for a 75-70 win.
Scott showing that double. Here's Kern. Back against the bigger Callum Swanton-Roger. Kern on the run. Oh my, little English for Nick Kern Jr. Kern splits two defenders, gets down low, banks it home, and he'll go to the line for one more.
He's not going to take many threes, so you can't overplay. Just split.
And a turnover right through the hands of Dante Scott. Kern to the other end, one-on-one against Scott. Dislodged the veteran and lays it in for two.
It's just a tough play, right? How does that happen? Bucket's hard to come by, and you just give it to the other team.
Harris Smith fouled by Kern.
That's a frustrating shot for Mike Woodson to watch. They're not matched up. I mean, you're just giving points away after just a terrible shot.
For Penn State.
Nobody guarding Nick Kern, and it's a sweet little, that's probably one of the more difficult layups that we've seen.
Swing to Kern. Kern working. Turns the corner. Trying to find Niederhauser, and a big slam! Climb the ladder, big fella! In just a few moments after the uber athletic dunk from Yannick Conan Niederhauser. Calls for a screen. Good defense from Penn State here. Callahan Gold, 8 on the shot clock. Walker using the screen, it's stolen by Nick Kern Jr. Bounce pass to Puff Johnson, lays it in with the left hand.
Shot clock and game clock about 2 seconds now as Valentine goes up, gets blocked by Kern, and that's how the first half ends. Penn State has turned defense into offense all night. Here we go, Baldwin to Kern.
Ooh. And of course, Nick Kern.
Generally, you're playing with a lot of the guys you've played with for a lot of your life.
No question.
Ball bouncing around. Niederhauser was able to grab it. Stewart the bounce pass, and there's Nick Kern.
They're forcing turnovers, playing hard, sloppy, but they're getting it together.
Blown out their first two opponents and have scored over 100 points in back-to-back games for the first time in school history. Now the takeaway, Zach Hicks now. That's 8 turnovers by St. Francis.
And Kelly, they're able to jump stop and finish with a little floater in the lane.
And they're doing it despite 9 turnovers as well. And this 3-ball goes down for Puff Johnson. He gets the bounce. Puff Johnson's got 13 points. 3 off the team high by Baldwin, 16. Niederhauser, basket of the foul on the slam for the 7-footer. It's now the largest lead of the night for Penn State.
We've seen a couple times Kern make that drive and kind of pause in that low post area, not panic, stay patient, even though he picked up his dribble, knowing
ahead of time, so wave off the bucket. Penn State, though, still trying to add to this lead, and they will. Counted in the foul. Kern off the restart, crafty to get there, and a chance for the three-point play.
nice little backdoor cut.
Nittany Lions by 5. Both teams looking to go to 4-0. Enza got it too deep on the catch inside Cote. Still less than 9 minutes left. Virginia Tech try to get this down to a manageable deficit. That won't help. Strong work from Nick Kern, who when he has wanted to get to the basket, feels like he's gotten there every time.
Fantastic job by Penn State moving the ball around low.
Under 10 now on the shot clock again. Kern Jr. to Baldwin. Baldwin pump fake. Baldwin drives now to Hicks. 3 on the shot clock. Time about to expire on the shot clock. Kern just going to have to pull one off, and he banks it.
Penn State has Nick Kern and DeMarco Dunn in the game.
Baldwin pushing the pace. Fans firmly into it now. Kern drives. Kern! Nick Kern Jr. about to blow the top off the BJC.
He interacts with this crowd. He really wants this building to be a home for basketball.
Purdue Fort Wayne's lack of height, they're really exemplifying it here, but still managed to be competitive.
Kern the steal. Kern the finish! Putting on a highlight reel. Back led by Ace Baldwin, and there his VCU teammate.
Off of turnovers, which is more than Purdue Fort Wayne, who has 17 points off them. But the Nittany Lions have only forced 9 to Purdue Fort Wayne's 13. So
Baldwin feeds, set up. Conan Niederhauser. As both Conan Niederhauser and Hicks check out.
And once again, Dylan.
98-85, and what a performance in this second half. Morton Robertson goes around the horn. It's intercepted by Kern. He had a flashy play once, and he does it again. He puts Penn State.
With the turnover, you can see here with another dunk today. That one.
Just 4 points in 6.5 minutes for the Rams. Hook shot good from Nick Kern Jr. Rivera couldn't finish the layup. Zona couldn't get the board. And now this is the game that Penn State likes. Quick in transition, counted, and the foul.
The Fordham foul charge.
It's subtle, but this team really doesn't have any holes early on this season. Nice move with some power. Nick Kern Jr. Weight room. Has double the amount of assists versus turnovers. 8-4 the ratio.
Good skip.
Kern kicks. Puff Johnson. Oh yeah. 6 straight for Fordham.
The press and the pressure bothering Penn State.
Kern.
Oh, come on.
Quickly.
There's no way. Some minutes will be sparse, but when you get them, you have to take advantage of it. Man, come on. I mean, Jake. I mean, how good is Nick Kern?
Man. Off the bench. Just 22 minutes per game. Kern. Inside. Off balance. Finishes. Counted on the foul. A magnificent play by the senior.
The Tigers foul. Charge to number 2, Dylan.
Penn State starting to find a little bit of rhythm. That's an absurd dime from
Penn State slowing down the tempo, something we're not used to seeing. They're 21st in the country in tempo, but the patience pays off there.
Oh my goodness, Kern flying through the air.
And look at Ace Baldwin set him up.
No look pass. I mean, Batcher steps up to help, not even knowing Kern's going to cut to the rim.
But Braden Smith, he's got to be aggressive. He's got to shoot that first one off of that ball screen. Sometimes his better shot is his first shot.
Oh, that ball buzzing around. It ends in the slam.
Nick Kern does a great job of going to finish at the basket, but Penn State whips that basketball around the perimeter. It goes from the first to the second side, and Nick Kern just playing off of that closeout, going to hang on rims at that basket.
Ace Baldwin against Ace coming up on Tuesday next week.
Messed me all up as Nick Kern gets to the basket. That is what Nick Kern does. He can drive and finish with the best of them in the country. That wiry strength, that long body allows him to make
big to get this lead down to single digits for the Nittany Lions. Baldwin, Kern, done. 3.
Oh boy, what a pass by Nick Kern. A lot of good things for Penn State. Along the baseline, thought he was going to go up. He spots DeMarco Dunn. And I think, when he does come back in the game, focus on the defensive end because that gets everything going.
Niederhauser also has had foul trouble tonight. Kern, tough runner, got it.
So for a team that is struggling to say the least, Nick Kern inside, throwing it down. Dunn thought about it, now he's driving. And Dunn launches three and connects. Penn State connecting. And that is rejected out of the sky. Kern in the open court. Dishes to Dunn, lays it up and in. Penn State in the open court has been nearly flawless.
I would say it's really going to come down to getting on the glass, getting rebounding, protecting the basket in transition, as we see on this one.
From the senior from St. Louis for Penn State. Lob, yes!
And that's what they need to do, get out in transition. In terms of pace, style of play, and Mike Rhodes certainly knows what he wants from his guys. As Kern, nice spin move, getting into the lane. Kern, don't do him like that. Spin move, finish.
Penn, again, staying in range.
Baldwin to Kern. Assert its will. Ace Baldwin to Nick Kern.
A connection that's gone on for years and years. Delivers again.
Just really fitting together perfectly.
Another lob and another easy two for Yannick Niederhauser.
I tell you what, DeMarco Dunn has been fantastic here in the first half. He's taking up the slack where Baldwin has not taken an attempt yet.
With a tough shot off the glass.
Well, I won't go old school Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but ladies and gentlemen, this is as pretty as it gets.
Threw it off the backside of a Northwestern defender. Under 10 to shoot. Here's Kern. Kern into Niederhauser, who steals it home. Ace taking his time. Ace trying to find the basket, lobs it to Kern, and Kern is smiling his way.
Boy, look at this pass. He's fallen down.
Getting a breather, so Conan Niederhauser back out there, number 14 for the Nittany Lions. Back door! Oh, what a sequence! And the throwdown by Kern.
Well, Nick Kern is an elite cutter. Ace Baldwin and he have quite the connection.
And there's Bono on the other end. Good defense, though, by Kern. And that stops the run as DeLeon lays it in. Taken down in Baco, a steal for Penn State. 3-on-2, Kern, yes!
Wow. The English he put on that.
Won't be indicative of how this game's going to be called. Two physical front courts. Kern lays it up and in. But how about the savvy play by Baldwin? He got on the hip of Boswell. Kern floats it up. Conan Niederhauser flushes it home. What a find in the transfer portal for the Penn State Nittany Lions. That's very emphatic. You'd like to maybe see him, if you're Penn State, keep the ball in bounds. But how about that? You hold that pick, and the timing is right there. If he goes 1 second earlier or later. The best lineup that was out there for Illinois was Humrickhouse, Boswell, White, Gibbs, Lawhorn, and Johnson. Another turnover and able to turn it into points is Kern. Dunn trying to penetrate, kicks. Kern passed up the three. Kern drives, and that's good. Jeff, the kid just keeps playing. I mean, he plays with a ferocity that is just enjoyable to witness.
You can say it. Raft won't get mad at you. Get the puppies organized. Got those puppies organized. Oh, Niederhauser off of the lob from Kern. Nick, he didn't take a shot in the first half. Yeah, I would say that qualifies as quiet. That's definitely a little whisper in that first half for Angel. Here's Kern going underneath. Gorgeous move, Nick Kern. Kern understands his strengths. Look at all the space around him because he's a non-shooter, but he catches it on the run. DeMarco Dunn trying to turn. Penn State got that call going to break. It's Kern driving in and scoring. You know he's a driver, but he still gets to a spot. Kern on the cross. Penn State has tied the game. Was 0 for 4 before that one. Knocked out a big one. And how about the little hop step? And even against Kern, he's got the advantage. A great duck-in, post-up, and finish. With the swings in this second half. Have it back to even, and Kern gives Penn State the lead.
Largest lead of the night on the back of that 11-3 run. That was a big 4-point swing. Missed opportunity by Penn State in the open floor. Nice bounce to the cutting Baldwin for 2. Back to a 10-point lead for Iowa. Kern puts it home and goes to the charity stripe. Ultimately, the Ducks found a way to win, but what I'm saying is Penn State is not going to panic in this spot down late. Kern hangs from the rim.
It's a 50-50 proposition when it goes up on the glass. Now a turnover. Here comes Kern the other way. 6th turnover for Michigan, and Kern makes him pay.
7-point game. This is a scary time right now for the Lions. Hicks dump off Kern. He's heating up. It looked worn down. I thought the energy that Ohio State came out with was apparent from the start. And what really was the advantage, the edge.
UCLA doesn't rely on the 3 to win games either, but you have to have offensive balance.
Kern settles things down a little bit. Big shot. They needed that. Cut off. And Sebastian Mack, another steal. Mack, tough. Good block, Kern. He's played well today.
Kern, but finding guys. You saw there the drop off to Shelley.
Kern trying to turn the corner and does. A layup inside for Cachienza. Baldwin using the shot fake. Gets 2 feet in the lane. Pops it out to Dunn. Good luck, but no bucket. Second chance as Kern connects and a foul.
No, they're doing just enough. You feel like USC could pop this thing open whenever they want, but they're not.
Bryce Williams right to the rack, and that's short.
Kind of lost it on the way up.
And there's Ace in the right place for 2.
Nebraska, because you're trying to climb back in, you're not able to corral the rebound, and you see Williams there just not able. He kind of lost it on the way up. And
80-60 Penn State with 5 and change left, and you can't leave this guy open because of that. Another Hicks 3. Their best shooter with his 5th triple tonight.
Kind of off his mark defensively, then you fan dribble to create the proper angle, and then that's just a breakdown. You cannot lose this game kind of be an outlier for him on the defensive end of the floor.
Nice look, Kern the stuff on the assist by the cutter Tillion. Baldwin the save, Vincent Mayer, Mr. Hoiberg. The look and the stuff, an exclamation point for Conan Niederhauser and the Nittany Lions. Six in double figures tonight for Penn State. First time.
I think Penn State needs to take a few more chances on the offensive end.
And Baldwin Jr. trying to work his way, finds Kern Jr. Pump fake, there's an easy 2.
Because they're not getting good looks, they're not trusting their teammates right now.
Baldwin Jr. My goodness, the alley-oop to the rafters for Kern Jr.
Because Nick Kern gets behind the defense, Lisa. There must be a trampoline on that baseline. Because Nick Kern doing chin-ups on the rim.
Conan Niederhauser, body bucket and 1, and an exclamation point. Cherry on top for Penn State.
Yeah, that hip was hurting until that ball touched those hands. And all of a sudden, that hip felt better. Yannick Conan Niederhauser finishing off a fantastic afternoon.
And as you talked about right at the top of the broadcast, more ball screen action to get guys open and the turnover for Indiana.
Baldwin, what a finish by Kern.
A zone look here, that ball's got to get to the Big Ten area.
Baldwin getting booed every time he touches the basketball. He feeds it inside. And how about Nick Kern's finish at the rim?
Did you see how high he was? That's exactly what he did there.
Holloway in some trouble on that baseline.
Nice.
Oh, what a challenge and a rejection by Kern, and then a foul.
It'll be Baldwin who picks it up. You'll hear the extra vigor in the cheer. His second.
It's a really nice cut on the baseline.
But here's that quick attack and the by Kern. Kern doing it all on both ends. The score and the rejection.
Coming in just over 19 points per game, fourth in the Big Ten. Ball knocked back to Kern. Backdoor cut. Pretty two there for the Nittany Lions. Either at VCU or Penn State in his final game as a collegiate.
Well, no, he doesn't talk trash like Gary Payton, that's for sure.
He was pretty good at it. Kern loved that turnaround.
I mean, this guy, he's just lowering his shoulder. Look at the ball skills, the fake. Little Kevin, you can see what he does when he attacks.
Misfire in the three, rebound Enza. And Kern coming in, averaging just over 11 points per game. Looks like he wants two more, and he's got it.
Into the hook shot, and then he gets it in transition. And this Penn State team, they're not turning the ball over. They're keeping